It's time for this week's Here's How. And this week, here's how to make Steve think his cat's died. Ring him up and describe his cat in a questioning manner. Then ask if you let it out this morning. If he says yes, say that you think you're looking at its corpse. Wait until he's away from home for a few days and you know that a mutual friend is looking after his house and pets. Then ring him up and tell them that you heard that the mutual friend is panicking because the cat's died and they don't know what to do, and that you're worried, as in you calling them are worried, that they might try to replace the cat, as they as in the mutual friend might try and replace the cat, or do something mental to the house to try and cover it all up. Nip into all 8 of the barber shops on the main stretch of your town and collect all the hair shavings from the ones that are actually real barbers. Then nip down to the butcher's for some scrap bones out of the bone bin, maybe a couple pound of beef mince too. If it's a posh area, maybe they'll have a little bit of offal available for the posh women that give it to the dogs. Have a bit of that and all. Then scatter the piles of hair on the ground, cover it with some mince, then all the bones and offal, then the majority of the mince. Next, smash it into the floor with a shovel. Now you need to make sure you do it near Steve's house. Maybe even set up this little meaty contraption behind the wheel of your car when you visit his house, and then when he's waving you off from his front door, or he's just tried to kiss you goodbye, maybe you accidentally crush his cat with your car. Bring a similar looking toy to his house, one that very closely resembles his cat. Maybe look on Etsy for someone who can needle felt an exact replica for you. Sure, it's going to set you back a couple £100, but you can just deduct it off whatever it is Steve owes you. Then you place it on the windowsill whilst he's out of the room, open the window, and as he enters the room with the teas, the 2 cups of teas and the biscuits for you slap the cat out of the window claiming it just bit you. Make sure you get a good clunk on the glass from it as well as it exits the building. Pay a couple of dishonourable teenagers to set his shed on fire, but you also have to have taken his cat home without him knowing. Then he can't find his cat for a few days, and he can only assume it was engulfed in the 6 before at the bottom of the garden. Ring him in the middle of his workday and say, "Oh, Steve, I've got a bad feeling about your cat." Maybe use its name. Say that you can't explain it, but I've got this strong feeling that something is wrong. Then leave it a while and text him a picture of you outside his house and write underneath it, I don't know how I knew, man. I'm so sorry." Gaslight him into thinking that his cat looks a bit different now. Make him think his current cat's an imposter and that the original Tiddles has disappeared. Use your spare key from when you had to go and look after his cat to secretly soundproof his loft. Then, when the job's done, shove the cat up there and keep going in every day to feed and water the cat whilst he's at work. He won't suspect a thing. Hire an hypnotist to convince him his cat's dead. Make sure the cat will still get fed and watered and cared for by him, but whenever he thinks about the cat or looks at it, he'll just think about how much he misses the cat that died. Maybe you want to get him one of those greetings cards that play a recorded message. Really taunt him. A deepest sympathies card, but he opens it up to hear, "Steve, your cat is dead, eyes came out its head, cat came when he should have fled, cats are very brittle bones, I keep mine inside my home. The Colorado Bell, Hyvy strip as well, but delivery driver couldn't tell. Cat got crushed into the floor, van driver just carried on. Steve, your cat's dead. Steve, your cat's dead." Obviously, you can't save much to one of those cards, so maybe you want to pay a celebrity on Cameo to record a little death ditty, because why would you go to all that trouble and expense if the cat wasn't really dead? "Steve, your cat is dead, your cat is really dead. I watched your cat die and filmed it so that I can watch your cat die again on my phone." Boom, 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 boom. I bet Gary that he couldn't kick your cat far. He hit it 50 yards. He made your cat splat on that wall. Cat could have fought back if it wanted. Gripped with its claws and held on, but it just went straight into this big brick wall. You're gonna save money on food, cat litter and vet bills too. You can go back to Tenerife and not have to lend your key out to friends. You can host a dinner party, lose hair's distinct smell of wee. It's not a problem now, we can all come around for tea. Your house, it smelt of shit, didn't want to be rude but it'd put me off. I don't know how much you'd have to pay a proper celebrity to do that exact version of Birdhouse in Your Soul, but That's for you to worry about. And that's the end of this week's Here's How.